guys, it is Cheryl here. Welcome back to the Made on Sunday studio. In today's video, I wanted to show you how to create and brand your Gmail email signature. And this is like one of the #1 questions and requests from some of my clients who are first setting up their branding, their website, and their domain, and eventually their email address. It's just a natural next step. You want to make sure that the first point of contact when people email you and communicate with you, they feel like there is a person behind it, and it's just a really beautiful way to add a little bit of branding in all of your emails. One key thing that I see as a mistake for email signatures is that people are using Canva to create one big image for their email signature, and the fault with that is that it is not actually functional. So if there's an Instagram icon, there's an email icon, there's a phone number icon, when it's all one big image, then all of those elements are not actually active. You can't be linking multiple aspects within an image. So my #1 thing with email signatures is that we want to make sure that first priority is functionality, because the point of an email signature is to be able to contact you in all of these different relevant ways. And second comes design. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you, we will be utilizing Canva for some of these elements, but there's going to be a little bit of a secret hack behind the scenes on how you can create a grid for your email signature. So let's dive into my laptop and let's get started. All right, welcome to my laptop. All right, so this right here is going to be the email signature that we are creating today. As you can see, there is 2 columns technically. There is a profile image on the left, there is a custom text image here, and then all of your details that you want to include here. You can add your phone number, your address if you wanted to, but for me, I only need my website as well as a link to my newsletter. And then as well as these 3 social image that I made custom on Canva. And if you were to create this, then the way that you think you should by just writing it all out and inserting images, it's actually impossible to do that without this hack that I'm about to show you. Because once you press enter, it's going to actually go to the next line and not create a grid, 2-column grid like you see here. All right, so first things first is we want to create all of these images. So this is an image here. This Made on Sundays is actually an image too, because what you have to know is for all Gmail email signatures, the text is only restricted to Google fonts or Google email fonts. So if you want to use text that is a custom font that you downloaded or purchased, like I did here, Made on Sundays is a custom font that I purchased a license to, I can't actually type that out on Google. So I need to actually create an image out of that and then place it in as an image here. So kind of annoying, but unfortunately that's the only way to do custom fonts on your signature. There is no way to upload fonts to your email signature area. And then these are all separate image as well. So you can click on each of these to bring you to Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, and then you can add whatever else you want. So these are kind of like the basic building blocks that you need to know how to do. And then let's go on Canva and create them now. So on Canva, I'm actually going to create a new design, and for that profile image on the left hand side, I actually use 1000 pixel by 1000. It's gonna seem like really large, but we can reduce the size once we get into Gmail. So what I typically would recommend doing is going to elements here, and then you can choose, you can have a non-circle profile image as well. So if you don't want a circular profile image, then feel free to not do this step right here. So if you scroll down to frames right here, you'll see this circular one. There's all these different kinds of different frames that you can do. So you can play around and use a different frame if you want, but the most professional looking one I think is a circular one. So I probably, for my brand, it's more of like a professional, sophisticated brand. So I wouldn't use something with like squiggly lines like that. So for me, the circular one is probably the best, or just keeping it square so that it's simple and clean. And then you want to upload your image here. So I'm using this image right here. You can upload whichever photo you want, and then feel free to upload it into this area. So if you see here, it's kind of hard to make it bigger. So I'm just going to reduce the size of this so we can see the whole image, and then we can expand the photo until you want it. I would center it, and feel free to use any other photo. It doesn't have to be a profile photo. You can actually use like a logo if you really wanted to in that area. But I think a photo of yourself is probably the best place to put that in your email signature, because they know who they're talking to. All right, so I'm gonna download this image as a PNG file and make sure it is a transparent background. And I'm gonna hit download. And then I actually pre-saved all of these images already, so I'm not going to re-download it again. So for you, you wanna download it into a separate folder. And then we're gonna work on this title right here. So you don't have to use it as a title. It's just if you want to use custom fonts in your email signature for anything, then you'll want to do this step. So I'm gonna go into Canva, and you're just gonna have to kind of play around with the sizing here. And just see if it's going to be big enough. I recommend to make sure that your canvas size is exactly the same size as your font. I'll show you why, because when you upload the image, if there's a lot of white space around it, you're going to end up having a lot of space, like white space. And if you don't want that and you want it to be tight like this, then you want to make sure that your text is exactly the same size as your canvas size. All right, so I'm going to type in whatever I want here. In my case, made on Sundays. And then I'm going to expand this until this text actually is the same size as this box. All right, so it definitely looks like my box. As you can see here, it's like pushing out and there's like white space on top. So I need to resize this even more. This means that we need to resize it even not as high. So maybe 180. Oops, put my head one side. Let's see if that will work better. Let's see. I think even more. So maybe 160. Oops. Oh. Okay, I created a new file accidentally. Okay, that should do it. That's not too bad. So there's only a little bit of space above and around. Okay, so I want to make this my brand color. All right, so that's good. I am actually, no, this is not the text that I want. So I want one of my custom fonts, which is this one. Oh, okay. Okay, I see why my sizing was incorrect. Okay, let's redo this. Do this one more time as practice, right? All right, let's see. Okay, good. So that is perfect. You can use your arrow keys to adjust it by the pixel. That looks good. Okay, so I'm going to download this again. PNG transparent background. Yep, PNG transparent background, download. And again, I've already downloaded before, so I'm not going to re-download it again. Last but not least is the Instagram, the social icons. So I'm gonna go back to here. And for the social icons, I use 500 pixel by 500 pixel. They're like super small icons, so that should be big enough. Again, I use the circular frame. Just make that, just hit the size of the frame, and you can get creative here with however you like to do those icons, but I have I used one of my brand art that I created, this one, so I'm just going to use that one, and I'm going to actually again expand the image because there's too much color in that section. I'm gonna use something like this. I just think that is a lot less distracting so that you can see the icon best. So that's gonna serve as the background. And then on, if you're on Canva Pro, then all of their stock images as well as icons are all free. So it's already included in your package. So if you have Canva Pro, which I highly recommend, then you can get access to all of these icons for free. And if you want to sign up for Canva Pro, I'm going to put the links in the description below so you can sign up there. So for this icon, I'm going to add this one, and black definitely is not part of my brand. It is white, so I'm going to adjust it to around here. Let's position it into the middle. And there we go. Now I need to create the other one. So I'm going to click on duplicate here. And I'm gonna choose Facebook next. That one looks good. Again, you wanna choose icons that look similar, like they're part of the same set, right? Like these two look like they're part of the same set. Make sure they are size, so they are around the same size as well. So it looks, again, even and part of the same set. Last but not least, we have Pinterest. And this one, Pinterest is also always circular, so that's okay. Again, make it white and around the same size as the other ones and center it. So that's pretty good. So in that case, we are gonna download it again as PNG transparent background, and then download and save it into a folder. So with that, we will have all of these images created. All right, so now let's get into Gmail and change your email signature. Actually, no. The first step is actually a secret step now. We are going to create a new Google Doc. So go to your Google Drive and create a new Google Doc. In this Google Doc right here, we're going to be creating your two columns. So go to Insert, Table, and sorry, did that probably too fast. Table, and then do the 2 by 1, so 2 columns by 1 row. Perfect. And I'm going to adjust this a little bit so we have enough space. So what happens is your photo is going to go here, and then your text is going to go here. So you want this side to be approximately like a square. All right, so just imagine that your photo is going to be here and then all of your text. What you're going to have to do next is just go into any of the columns here and right click. And then you're going to see table properties. And you're going to see table border here. We want to actually make it 0 so that you can't see it. There's still a grid there, as you can see here, but you can't see the borders, which is what we want. All right, so in this section, we're going to attach the image here on the Google side. We're going to attach the Made on Sundays here. Up top, again, on the Google side. So we're gonna just create a space right there where your image is gonna be. So I just created 2 spaces on this side of the column. So now you're gonna type out the different things that you want. So we can type branding and website design studio, and then I want my website here, and then I want my sign up for our newsletter here, and then that's it. I'm gonna link this later on, and then our you just want to make sure that you click on enter here to create another line here so that we can put our social images there later. So that's it on this side. Actually, no, that's not it. So now you want to format this text. So any text that needs to be linked, I highly recommend just typing it out. So if you look here, as you can see, you can only use Google fonts. So I'm going to use Playfair Display for this right there, and then I'm going to use Railway, but you can use whatever you want. This text, I want it to be a little bit bigger. Perfect. So that is all I'm going to do for formatting. Again, there's not that much you can do on the Google side. So again, we definitely want to prioritize functionality here. So that is the main goal. So if you need to link anything, make sure you type it out so it's a linkable thing, or create a separate image and then we can link the image as well. So we're going to copy this. So you want to make sure that you are copying this whole thing, including this empty side as well as the text side. So we're going to click on Command C. We're going to go back to our emails now, and right here at the top you see settings, and then click on See All Settings. You're going to scroll down here and we're going to create a new signature. If you have an old signature, you'll see it here. We're going to create a new one. I'm just going to say email signature. Perfect. And then in this empty space here, I am going to Command V, which is paste. So now you can see that we have still the 2 columns here, column on the left, column on the right, as well as all the text that we have typed in here. So we're going to go to the left-hand column first. If you need to, just scroll up a bit so you can see the full first line. So go to the left column, and as you can see here, you can insert an image. So we're going to upload an image here. And for me, we have the profile image. Once you upload it in, you're gonna be like, holy crap, this is huge. So don't worry, we're gonna adjust the size. Just click on the image here and this will pop up. You're just gonna resize it to a smaller size. I just clicked on medium. Again, it's still too big, but we're gonna resize it again in a second. All right, now go to the left-hand column and remember those 2 spaces that we included. I'm gonna go to the first space here and I'm going to insert an image. And this is gonna be the Made on Sundays text. Now again, you can skip this step if you're not adding any text images. Again, you're gonna click on it and resize it. All right. And then we are going to now go to the last space here on the right-hand column, and we're going to add all of our social icons. Okay, so we have Instagram. Again, click on it. I would make these a small size and then upload the rest. Facebook. Perfect. Again, click on it, make it small. And then we have, last but not least, is Pinterest. Amazing. Again, click on it, make it small. Okay, now you're like, what the heck? It's like stacked like that. It's not gonna look like that, trust me. We're gonna fix it, okay? So now you wanna go to the very end here and just copy and paste this whole thing. Make sure that this profile image is copied as well, and click on Command Copy. Okay. You want to scroll down here and save changes. Okay, I'm going to open it back again, just so we're on this page. Okay, oops. Okay, this is where we were. Okay, again, open a new email, and then now you should see the, okay, let's do that one more time. You should see the email signature. So now you're like, this is not looking very right because these icons are like super big. Everything's just like weirdly formatted. So we're gonna fix that now. First things first, we're gonna make these smaller. So just make it whatever size you want, but let's try to make sure they're all the same size. Just approximate is fine. Oops, okay. You can always keep adjusting it until it is perfect. So just a little bit more, that looks good, but I need some space in between them. So I'm just gonna, okay. Sometimes it adds a period if you add too much space, so you're just gonna go back. So that looks good. I think I want some space between that. I'm gonna make this bigger. Oops. Okay, I think there's too much space between the Made on Sunday, so I'm gonna make that. I think that looks good. I actually want a space because I want that alignment to be right there. There, I think that looks good. Now let's make the image align to the rest of it. All right, perfect. Maybe just a little bit bigger. Okay, no. Okay, that looks great. Okay, awesome. So just arrange it as you like here. And we also will now copy this whole thing. Just minimize it. And you wanna go back to your email signature area, and I'm just gonna delete all of this and paste it into this section. All right, so now it's all looking all formatted correctly. Last but not least, we need to link some of these things that we haven't linked yet. So right here, we wanna link this to my newsletter. So just copy over where you want the link to be, click on link, and I'm gonna just, for now, link it to my website, but you can link it to wherever. For your Instagram icons, we're going to copy, kind of make sure that your cursor is going over the image, and then it kind of hides the link icon, so you just kind of have to hover right under it, and you're going to type in your URLs for those, and now you see it is linked. Do the same for Facebook. And then now for Instagram. Perfect. I actually want my profile image to also link to, oops, to my website. Click on link. Perfect. And that's it. So I am now going to save this and test it out. So let's open a new email. And we're going to add the email signature in. And, oh, I just realized, oh, that's from the link, yeah. So now you can, as you can see, all of them are linked. And then this is as well linked to your website. Sorry about the honking outside, ignore that. And then you can also, this is also linked to my website. All right, you guys, and that is how you design and set up a functionality first email signature on your Gmail. So I hope that was really helpful, and if it was, then please give it a thumbs up and a comment below for I don't know if you have any requests for next video topic, anything about design, branding, and creative entrepreneurship is something that I focus on in this channel. So if you have any questions, again, also leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.